StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Manni and IHaveYourCat on King Sejong Station, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is IHaveYourCat. Which is not true, because, I mean, I don't actually own a cat, so there's not one for you to have. How about that? How's that for a trick play? And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Manni. This is a GM level ZVP sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. I noticed that this tag is Zest FC. Is that a picture of Zest? I don't recognize Zest well enough from his photo to tell you. I know Zest is a great player. I'd love to cast more of him. If you have any replays featuring Zest, send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com and I'll cast him for sure. That goes really for any professional player. If you have access to replays from anyone, I don't care who it is, if they played in a professional tournament, please send them to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. I'd love to cast more, or in a bit of a dead spot right now when it comes to casts. LOTV.spawningtool.com isn't going to get the Kespa tournament replays that just wrapped up a week ago just because Kespa doesn't release them. I actually heard somebody quoted Nurchio on Twitter saying that Kespa doesn't even let the players have their own replays from that tournament. So that's crazy times. I mean, I guess they're trying to avoid, to be in all honesty, people like me casting them and reposting them on YouTube. But I figure it's worth a shot if you have anything access to ladder matches, streaming, like streamed matches. I know that Cats likes to give his replays out to his streamers, I know, or to his subscribers. I know, who else used to do that? TY? Was it TY? It was a Terran Korean player, Top. I think it was Top used to do that. Then he left and stopped playing right when I subscribed to him. So anyway, if you have access to any, please send them to me. I am guaranteed to cast them at this point. And I'd be eternally grateful. So here we are. IHaveYourCat versus Manni. It's a ZVP, and nothing really crazy has happened so far. Got the extractor, got the spawning pool, got the hatch first on the low ground for the Manni. And it looks like all the world, a gateway, expand, cybernetics core has finished, and there's the Twilight Council. Alright, so that's the important thing to see from IHaveYourCat. That flows pretty well for being such a long name. IHaveYourCat just kind of, it doesn't stop anywhere, right? It just kind of comes off the tongue very easily and very quickly. Manni working for speed on his lings, getting a couple queens. IHaveYourCat has a stalker, double pumping probes, and that Twilight Council just about to finish. Is that going to be used for blink? Is that going to be used for adept resonating glaives? We will have to wait and see. Third base now coming up for Manni. That's a quick third. Under 3-minute third is always a little bit risky in my personal experience, but Manni is a GM player. I respect him very well in his quest to beat the Protoss. As Zerg Adept checks, does see the third base. Can't really do anything about it. Adepts just don't hit very hard if you get right down to it. Queen trying to stab this Adept in the face. Doesn't do enough damage there either. Lings help. Lings here to assist, and there's the cancel. There's the Psionic Transfer cancel. IHaveYourCat just poked a little bit in there, didn't manage to kill any drones or anything, and just decided to head on back home. Overlord spot here for Manni is great. See how invisible that is? Stalker can't see it. Stalker cannot see it unless a Mothership course shows up. And there is one actually training here at the natural base, so I believe that Overlord's days and position might be numbered. Lings sneaking on out for Manni. They have their wings. They are fast. I don't know if they can get through this wall. There's a couple gateways. There's a stalker. There's an adept there. Maybe checking for a third nexus they can harass. I mean, has he even checked down there? Not really. Here comes the probe to do it, though. IHaveYourCat throwing up that third nexus at 4 minutes. That's gutsy, too. These players are macro style all the live long day. All right, so Lings, can you see this yet? No, you're not in a position to scout this third, and now moving into that position and seeing it, and you might actually force a cancel. There are about 8 Lings here. Can they force a cancel on that third? I think they can. Adepts trying to get there, desperately trying to kill these Lings, and you know what they do? They save it. Manni is not willing to sacrifice his Lings to take down that Nexus. It would have been close. It would have been close. I don't think I necessarily blame Manni for that. The Adept Psionic transferred away, but Photon Overcharge is available, and it's enough to chase the Lings away again. So Manni had some opportunity to take out that third base, couldn't quite do it. Didn't scout it fast enough, and now there's a ton of Adepts heading his way. That's a lot of Adepts. A lot of Adepts. 11 of them on the field right now. I'm not sure that's all of them coming here, but there's enough. Speedlings and queens. Like I said, Speedling Queen is what I like. There's the surround on a bunch of those. He killed one of his own lings. Misclick there by Manni, unfortunately for him, but the queen's trying to do what they can. Throwing down a creep tumor in the middle of this battle is Manni, and that queen does not help at all. Adepts moving up into the main base, getting cleaned out by the lings and the queens. Finally able to take those guys out. Only two drones died during that attack. That seems like a very small number. It's 47 to 31 harvesters, though. Manni down hard in worker count at this moment. We'll see if this works out. There are some lings moving out for Manni. That's pretty much all he has. What? Does he have a roach warren or anything? He's got a baneling nest. Maybe going ling bane here. Does he have a drop lord? Drop lord play here too. Yes, multi-pronged harass. This is what we like to see from these GM games. Baneling drop on the right side. Ling attack at this third base. Adepts defending it though. The lings decide to move on out. Trying to keep IHaveYourCat's attention at the third while these banelings, 3 of them. Oh, nope, 4. There's one waddling from far away. 4 banelings. Trying to drop on this main base. I have to imagine that's what it is. Banelings are here on the left side as well in case adepts show up. Adepts say, I don't have time for this. They're going to move up and try to attack Manni in his own home, which seems to be pretty well considering Manni has all of his army elsewhere. Lings attacking this third base. Meanwhile, baneling rain here at the main, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lot of dead probes, and this fourth base is in trouble too. 26 probes killed. Third nexus does end up falling. However, the adepts are sitting here at the third, pretty much uncontested, killing a ton of drones at the natural as well. Both players taking severe shots to the face right now. Adepts trying to kill a queen. They do kill a queen. Trying to kill another queen. They do kill that queen as well. Adepts transferring into the main base and killing more drones there at the same time. 26 pros have been killed, but 12 drones, and it's 23 to 35. Protoss still has a pretty big lead. That baneling rain notwithstanding, Adepts trying to stand on in against these lings, but I think there are too many. They do a +1 attack as well, doing a lot of extra damage to the Adepts. However, 7 kills, 10 kills on these 2 last Adepts. They're going to fight with honor, is what they're doing. Finding a little bit of a corner where she can stand in and get 12 kills before being cleared out. Manni coming in with more lings to this third base. This reminds me of games I played where I get stuck on ling a little bit too long and bad stuff happens in the long run. Photon overcharge trying to take out these lings. The lings take out the pylon first. A couple of Adepts come in. It's only 2 though. I don't know if this is enough. Manni's attack doing a lot better than mine ever do. That's for sure. Third base trouble once again. No photon overcharge available for IHaveYourCat. But the lings decide to retreat anyway. Forcing a cancel on this base would be good. Stalker army here for IHaveYourCat with sentries. Clearing out a bunch of those as well. So Manni never actually lost his third, which is a good thing for him. It's 40 to 41 harvesters. Both players super low econ for 8 minutes into a Legacy of the Void game. Lings trying to kill sentries, and they get one here on the ramp to the natural base. A little bit of sloppy play there by IHaveYourCat. Lings inside the natural. How did they get in there? It's like cats. It's like, how did you get on top of the bureau like that, you crazy thing? That's what lings are like, except they kill your stuff. Ling inside the main. Trying to get a pylon. Gets a probe. Gets a single probe. Adept warping in to stop that from happening. And both players kind of settling back onto their 3-base economy. Manni's working on centrifugal hooks for his banelings, make them faster, and a spire as well. So a Ling Bling Muta play against Protoss here in Legacy of the Void from Manni. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Huh. So what else is going on in Protoss land? We've got a Warp Prism coming up, got a Forge on the way too. Any upgrades on these guys yet? No upgrades at all. Come on, IHaveYourCat. You gotta get upgrades. Even I know that. Even I'm just a scrub. I'm just a scrub, and I know that. Army moving out. Trying to see what they can see. They see a Ling. A Ling scouts this army pushing. Again, this seems like a really small army, but both players again have lost a whole ton of probes. IHaveYourCat's lost almost 40, which is usually a death knell, but he actually has a 50 to 42 lead up on Manni right now. It's just that Manni really sucked a lot of his larva production into lings. And unless you kill your opponent, it's hard to have a huge economy when that's the case. Do you have an observer with this army? IHaveYourCat? No. Maybe he's worried about burrowed Banes. That would make a lot of sense. I'd be worried about that too. Where is his... There's his robotics facility. Does he not have any observers, really? He's got one. And it's hanging out. Oh, it's a good position, actually. Right between all three of these bases. Can see what's going on. Sees more Baneling rain coming because of these overlords with Banelings inside them. He can't tell what's inside them, but he knows that they are... he knows they're drop lords because of their different shaped backs, I guess. Is that what it is? Is that the difference between the two? Yeah, regular overlord, drop lord. Borp, borp, borp. They're just bigger. They're more bulbous. Bulbous is a fun word to say. Immortal is there. Not making any more, though. Actually getting some cannons up. Did he scout that spire? Oop, Adepts drop here at the third, but there are a hajillion lings. Get out of there, Adepts. Get out. One got killed, and the mutas are out. The mutas are out now. It doesn't matter if he scouted the spire. He knows there are mutas on the field. They want to get that Warp Prism and murder it right the heck now. More mutas show up. Warp Prism gives up on life and gets exploded. Back behind Manni's base. All right, time for the mutas to go. That is what mutas are about, is harassment and air control and map control. They're not for defense. They're not good at defense at all. So they're moving out. Looks like their trajectory will take them to the third base, but there are so many cannons from IHaveYourCat. Wow. I mean, the main doesn't have any, but people don't make static defense in their mains for some reason. Stalkers here with no upgrades whatsoever. Stalkers and cannons, enough to chase those mutas away, killing one of them in quick succession. Archons now mixed in from IHaveYourCat. He is getting Storm, so his Templar are not all intended to just be Archons, but Archons are pretty great against mutas in a straight-up fight. And if you can take your fight to the Zerg player, you're going to be okay. It's just defending with Archons against mutas is really difficult. Fourth base by Manni on the way up along that top right side. Again, more and more Templar are coming in. Are these just going to be Archons, or are they actually going to be used for Storm? You do want some Storm. If you're actually fighting against that many Lings and Banelings. Blinkstalker's good. Blinkstalker's good against mutas, but they fly into the main base. Remember how I said there's no static defense in the main? Ah, Manni doesn't even test it. Maybe he assumed there was. Photon Overcharge chasing the mutas away from the natural, and the mutas pulling back out a little bit to get some tissue regeneration on. Fourth base coming up for IHaveYourCat. More and more Stalkers warping in to deal with these mutas. 6 mutas being popped out at a time by Manni, though. +1 flyer attack, +2 melee attack. It's 142 to 146 total supply, 57 to 55 harvesters. And IHaveYourCat has a lead on that worker count. I would feel better about these Stalkers if they had +2, but +2 is just now starting. It's going to be some time before they arrive, or that upgrade arrives. Is he not bringing an observer with his army? Why would you not do that against Zerg? He's making another one and double pumping Stargate, or making 2 warp-ins. 2 warped-in Stargates, warping in 2 Stargates. That's the verb I want. That's the one I want for sure. To deal with those mutas. And again, I've been in the position where my mutas just get absolutely rocked by Phoenix. So we'll see if IHaveYourCat has the control necessary to pull that off. Because the muta count is currently... I keep going away from it. Where is it? 23? What? 23 mutas. They might just be able to base race with that much DPS. Especially with that +1 attack that has been completed. So the mutas decided it's time to fly into the main. There are now cannons here, but nope, it's too late for that. Not with 23 mutas. They get the warping in Stalkers, 2 of them dying before they can get a shot off. The other 2 chased down and destroyed. Photon Overcharge chasing the mutas away from the natural. I'm not sure that's where they were going anyway. Taking out this forge, stopping the upgrade. Stopping the +2 upgrade, denying the +2 upgrade. A lot more probes dying. Pylons getting focused down. Manni is microing, but I'm not sure he even really needs to, as IHaveYourCat is finally starting to straggle in, but it's been a while. Cybernetics Core goes down. Twilight Council goes down. Did he lose the Templar Archives? He did not. Okay, so he's not dead in the water. Well, that was a pretty big attack of muta. I don't think Manni lost much of anything there as they fly away. All right, army for IHaveYourCat. It's time to go. It's time to go. Do you have an observer with this army? Observer 1. Here? Where is it? I hate it when the camera doesn't center what I'm trying to look at. Whatever. There's an observer somewhere over there. Looks like the observer that was scouting the Zerg base got taken out and destroyed, but 4th base is up. For IHaveYourCat, he's starting to get maxed out. He's going for a mothership. He's going for an ion pulse crystals for his Phoenix. Beautiful play. All in all, it's just that muta harass was damaging. It was damaging. There's pretty much nothing left here for IHaveYourCat at the main, so I mean, not... I guess that's one less place he has to defend. as he's pretty much maxed out. He has a lot of his production facilities spread out across the second and third bases, which I'm not generally a fan of, but it seems to be working in this case. I guess you want to be defending those more often. Muta's trying to fly in, trying to avoid getting splash damage on their heads by those Archons. The Phoenix, though, the Phoenix are for real. Blinkstalker is getting some big-time shots off on those Mutas, +2 attack or not. Storm trying to kill them. That long distance, the 9 Pulse Crystal upgrade is done. And the Muta's trying to pick off the Phoenix one by one here, trying to get a Stargate. They do get a Stargate. Nice pickup there by Manni. Meanwhile, Manni's taking a 5th base along that left side. Muta's coming into the main base again. Phoenix just trying to whittle them down. Pretty good control by IHaveYourCat so far. The Muta's kind of wasting their time on this Nexus. I don't know that killing this Nexus is exactly something that IHaveYourCat is worried about. The Phoenix not quite at pro level, right? Where you can keep your Phoenix in range of the Mutas, but not in range of their attack. Pretty much consistently. I mean, he's getting them, but he gets a couple volleys off with the Phoenix and then retreats immediately. There's got to be some skill generation here where you stay just in range of the Mutas, not letting them attack you at all while you slowly whittle them down with the Phoenix, which he's about there. But again, this is why he's GM and not pro, is what I have to assume. More Mutas flying in. Manni is doing a lot with these Mutas, and I'm not sure that's what he wants to do. Phoenix production continuing for Manni. He does have 7 of them, soon to have 8, and the Muta count is 26. So yeah, again, I feel like in a pro's hand, these Phoenix could be pretty fantastic. Could be really good. 9 Corruptors coming out for Manni, though. Corruptors are a problem. Corruptors are an obstacle if you're trying to take out a bunch of Mutalisks with Phoenix. 3 more Stargates warping in for Manni, getting +1 shields. A Hive on the way for Manni. More and more Banelings morphing in for Manni. What are those Banelings for? I guess for the Adepts. There aren't that many of them, though. Maybe they can get the Templar. That'd be good. Do you seriously not have an Observer? IHaveYourCat. Why don't you have an Observer with this army? I don't understand. Kill this creep. You can't just let it come right up to your front door like this. Get an Observer. Banelings and Lings just cleaning out an attempted Zealot hit squad along that right side. I mean, again, he was on creep, right? So Manni can see it. That's the trick here. Manni can see it. Mothership trying to keep these guys cloaked. Finally, an Observer shows up. Thank the Lord for that. And killing a couple creep tumors there. Bring the Mothership. IHaveYourCat. Bring the Mothership. There you go. Bringing the Mothership. I think the Corruptors will take it out pretty quickly, but whatever at this point. Ultralisk Cavern coming up for Manni. Greater Spire, because why not? We're 18 minutes into this game, getting a double Viper as well. And here we go. IHaveYourCat has a pretty good army. The upgrades suck, though. He has +1 attack, no shields upgrades, and no armor upgrades. This 5th base for Manni's going to die, but the Mutas and the Corruptors are here on top of this 4th base for Manni. Mutas clearing out everything on the ground. Corruptors keeping the Phoenix at bay. Beautiful play here from Manni. And this 4th base may actually fall. A lot more dead probes. 67 probes have been killed so far. Archon's Blinkstalker trying to kill these Corruptors, doing a pretty good job of it, whittling down several of them. But the 4th base does explode. Replacement 4th base along this left side is here, but there's only 36 workers for IHaveYourCat, and Manni is at 51. So the longer this goes, the more worried I am for the Protoss player. Single Archon tries to get the job done. No. Not enough. Viper gets picked out of the sky. Good target firing there. Lings, Banelings, Storms on top of all those Lings, all those Banelings. Muta's trying to do what they can. Banelings crashing on everything, though. A lot of dead stuff. A lot of dead stuff. A handful of Archons, a handful of Stalkers remaining, but just getting cleaned out by this Muta flock. Not enough. Mothership core exploding, falling to the ground. Pieces raining to the earth. It is now 164 to 80 total supply. That final battle went very well for Manni. The Ling, Baneling cleaned up those Stalkers and those Archons a lot better than I thought they would. There were a bunch of Archons there, and then suddenly there were 2. Suddenly there were 2. 15 Mutas in production for Manni. That's it. IHaveYourCat is dead. He doesn't know it yet. He does not know that he's dead yet, but he is absolutely dead. Yeah, there are some Tempest. Yeah, there are some Phoenix and Stalkers, but it's 162 to 97 total supply. Lings coming in to clean up the ground armies as well. Muta's just flying right on in, not having a care in the world about these Phoenix. Microing has stopped for the most part. The Tempest trying to flee, but they're so slow, and that's it. IHaveYourCat has left the game, and Manni is victorious. Well done indeed to the Zerg player. Unorthodox style. We really don't see a lot of Ling Bane Ling Muta Corruptor against Protoss, but made it work. I mean, really made it work pretty much through superior macro, some good positioning as well. That last battle here where we came from the top side, the bottom side, left side, right side, Muta's there too. Just a work of art. Getting the Corruptors to deal with the Phoenix was a brilliant move. The Tempest, I'm not sure what they were for. Maybe to get rid of the Corruptors, but they don't do extra damage versus Corruptors, right? Versus massive, and Corruptors are not massive, so bit head scratchy there, but in the end, Zerg gets the win in the 20-minute game, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin, and until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, KN, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bob Brissett, Kale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Rajiv Bhatt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.